and welcome back to the channel. It's Noir. Alright, so I had just watched episode 5. Yep, 5 of Super Lovers. Um, so things are still kind of fragmented between Haru and Ren. Um, Seriously, it's not 100% bad. It's just things have been kind of going south since Natsuo entered the picture. Um, what else? Basically, Ren is pretty much not. God, I don't even know how to word this right. I mean, okay, in a sense, it's like they're close but distant with each other. I want to say basically. So Haru's trying to figure out what's going on, but Ren is pretty stubborn. But he actually allowed Haru to get him a new phone, so that's a good thing. And I'm not, I'm not like trying to demean anything. Of course, it's in anime, stuff like this would happen, or even in real life, stuff like this would happen. But nowadays, when you get a smartphone, no one reads the instruction manual. But since all Ren had before was a smartphone, I mean, not a smartphone, a flip phone, getting a smartphone is like a huge step. I think when I got my first smartphone, I took like a small glimpse at the instruction manual and just tossed out the window and said, okay, I'll figure it all out on my own. Ever since then, every time I get a new smartphone, I just pick it up, don't even look at the instructions, just pull out the box, set up the charge once it comes on, customize it with my own ringtone, my own wallpaper, um, look for apps that I want. If I like went to the store, like just trade it up for a new one, like everything basically like all the stuff I had before would be just restored there or whatever. If not, then of course before I do the whole upgrade thing, I'll like write down a list of all the apps I had, so that, and like if they have a feature that helps me back up their memory to another, um what is it, doggone it, another device. So like I have the iPhone 5s and I have an iPad mini. So basically, if I have games on my phone that can be transferred over to my iPad, then like Sims or some other stuff, then I'll like I'll download the games onto my iPad, um, have a secondary copy of any and all progress from my phone to my iPad. So like when I transfer over, then I can just see if the new phone and the iPad are compatible, transfer everything back over. But anyway, enough of my rambling. So Ren is being stubborn because while Haru was getting his new phone set up, Natsu happened to call Ren and Haru answered. So now Ren's pretty suspicious, especially since that other guy that works with Haru in the cafe saw Ren and Natsu together in the park. So Haru kind of teases Ren a bit and makes him cry again, which isn't good because every time something like that happens, things just get worse between them. So Haru calls Natsu in the middle of the night and then has him come over the next day. Um, Found out that it's their cousin. Um, Aki is pretty mad at him because apparently when Natsu and all of them were children, Natsu's father racked up so much debt and then skipped town that Aki and Shima's parents pretty much had to had to basically repay all the debt and everything. But basically all this is that Natsu, during this visit, Natsu got not Aki, I'm sorry, got Haru pretty pissed, and then, not even a fight. He just punched Haru just punched him in the face. But now after this, he's just like he's hanging out there with them all the time. So we had a bit of a good romantic moment going between Haru and Ren. Um, After some events happen, but then it gets interrupted by Natsu. So safe to say, Natsu um, is not Ren's favorite person. I mean, he wouldn't be to begin with, but still. I'm sorry this whole review seems kind of erratic. Like I said in my review of Scum's Wish, I have a lot on my plate today, so I'm kind of going against time here because right about now I should start getting ready because I have somewhere to go out to before going to work today. So and then I'm deciding what I'm gonna do after work, because I think I have something to do, but I also have homework to get done and everything. So I'm deciding if I'm gonna go do the last piece of my day, some helping out someone, or just come home to rest, because I'm really not gonna have much time to do much of anything today. All right, so oh episode at least ended funny. I mean, we got a post credit scene. Turned out Natsu stayed over at their house last night, and Shima found out that basically Haru and Natsu have the same brand and size underwear. And since Ren said he could determine um, Natsu who's Ren and who's Natsu just by their scent, I figured that because he spent so much time with Haru and very little time with Natsu. So, and besides, I think Natsu smokes anyway. So of course you'd be able to determine who's who by their scent. So anyway, Shima tried getting Haru to figure out whose underwear belonged to who, but instead he had Tanaki the dog do it, which was hilarious. Which is actually really funny. I should not have said that part out loud, but still. Anyway, I gotta start getting ready now. So that's this review. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe for more content. Promise next time I will be more organized with my thoughts if I'm not going against time too much. Luna out.